Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this video. This is going to be a tutorial on how to turn on the Airbus A330-300 on the X-Plane 12. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope you find this tutorial very useful. And it's going to be a step-by-step guide on how to turn on this aircraft, and you can use it for other Airbus aircraft as well. So guys, we're currently on Tokyo Haneda International Airport, the ICAO, or for letter abbreviation for Tokyo Haneda International Airport, which is International Civil Aviation Organization code, is Romeo Juliet Tango Tango. We are currently situated on runway 34 right. So guys, the first thing we're going to do, as you can see, there's the aircraft is entirely off. We want to turn it on, so the first thing we're going to do, we're going to go to the overhead panel. And we are going to go to the electric system, just going to show you guys the cockpit, how it looks like. So we're just going to move the camera and go to the electric section, and we are going to press on battery 1, battery 2, auxiliary power unit battery or APU battery, galley, and commercial. Next we're going to click on bus time. We're going to switch on APU generator and generator 1 for bus 1 and generator 2 for bus 2. And now, as you can see, we have power on board the aircraft. We have lights in the cockpit, it's no longer dark anymore. And we have the central displays on. So now we're going to press on the auxiliary power unit master switch. Now we have to wait. So as you can see, the screen is placed on automatic, on auto mode for the lower screen, but you can see the APU screen is on because I just switched the APU master switch, pressed on that. We're just waiting for the APU flap to turn on, fully be open, and now it is open before we press the auxiliary power unit start switch. So now we're going to be pressing the auxiliary power unit start switch, and the APU is basically like a giant motor. It's stuck on the rear of the aircraft. Once the flap open, you can actually see it open, and it's designed to, it's like a giant compressor. It brings the air in, sucks it in, compresses it, and it feeds it, leads it to engine 1 and 2 and to the air conditioning system of the aircraft. So now we're pressing APU start switch, turn on our external lights, navigation logo lights, wing, beacon, and strobe lights on auto. We're not going to need our landing lights or taxi lights yet, or runway turn off. We're not going to need them. We're not taxiing or taking off right now, but we will keep the beacon and wing lights and navigation logo lights on. We're going to turn our seatbelt sign on and the no smoking sign on, and we are also going to be arming the emergency exit light for now. And now guys, you can hear the auxiliary power unit working. It's spooling up. It's at 80%, and EGT engine gas temperature is above 400 degrees Celsius, so it's operating very good. The APU is working very well, and it is available, so we can use the APU now, and now it's at 100%. So now you can hear the air bleeding, and the bleed pressure is increasing. Alright, so now we have access to our other displays. We're just going to make sure the anti-skid is on always. We're going to go up again on the overhead panel, and we are going on air section, and we're going to press pack 1, then pack 2, hot air 1, hot air 2, engine 1 bleed, and engine 2 bleed. Simple as that. Don't worry about the faults for pack 1 and pack 2, as soon as you press the APU bleed, the faults are going to disappear, but don't worry about them. So we're going to go to the right hand side section, flight control, press prim 2, set 2, and we're going to be pressing on prim 3. We're going to go forward on ISO valve, and we're going to press on the ISO valve for the hot air, and we're going to keep the cooling on normal, and for the temperature, just keep it leaning on cold. For the bulk, it's going to be even colder, since maybe there's things down there we need to refrigerate, food or remains of individuals. So we're going to go on ventilation, press on extract, press on cabin fans, and we are almost done with the right hand side. Just going to press on PAX system and PAX SATCOM and IFEC. So now we're completely done with the right hand side of the overhead panel. Going to go to the left hand side. Um, but before that, we are going to go to the fuel section. For engine 1, L1, L2, and L standby. Engine 2, R2, R1, and R standby. And press on central left and central right, so we have no faults. We're going to go into hydraulics section. Engine 1 green and electric 1 blue, engine 1, and electric for blue, and yellow, engine 2, green, engine 2, and yellow, engine 2, on the electric. So guys, we're going to go to the left hand side on the ADIRS, IR1, IR3, IR2, press nav, place them all on navigation. And then we're going to go to the ADR1, ADR3, ADR2, go to the flight control section, turbo down, prim 1, and set 1. We're going to go to the evac from CAPI to CAPI and purse. We're going to go to the GPWS on the left hand side and press terrain, system, light slope mode, and flat mode. On the oxygen, cruise supply, I'm going to press that. So we are completely done with the left hand side of the overhead panel. And the auxiliary power unit is working well and it is available, so it's soon enough time to turn on engine 1 and 2. We're just going to test all the lights. This is a good way to show you guys all the lights on the cabin, how they look like. It's pretty nice. They did a really nice job on excellent job for the Airbus A330-300. So the test is over. We're just going to place that on, dim our lights, and you can see Tokyo's skyline from the cockpit. And now it's soon enough time to turn on engine 1 and engine 2. So we're going to go to the engine start, place it from normal to ignition start. We are at the engine page and we go to crank up engine 1 and engine 2. We're going to not crank them, just ignition start. So I'm going to try to. Sometimes it's just a little bit stubborn because I'm trying to do that with the mouse. Yeah, here it worked. So we switched on engine 1 and engine 2, and now they're going to slowly start. So guys, this engine page on the lower central display is very important. So, and the top one as well. So you can see engine 1, N1 is slowly spooling up, and N3 is beginning to work. So N3 are the very rear spools, and they're beginning to work, and they're spinning, and our pressure for engine 1 and 2 is slowly increasing, and the oil temperature, we can also see it. So guys, the oil temperature is very low. It's at 16 degrees Celsius for engine 1, 15 degrees Celsius for engine 2. We will not be able to take off until the engine, the oil temperature is ample, where it's above 6 degrees Celsius. Alright, so we are, hopefully the engine oil is going to reach 7 degrees Celsius above that. And we're going to wait until that, so we're just going to keep the display on auto for now, and we're going to wait until oil temperature. Both engine 1 and 2 have completed their startup and are spooling properly, but we cannot take off with this airplane if the oil temperature is too low. But as you can see, it's slowly increasing. It's at 30 degrees Celsius right now for engine 1 and 2. And the cabin is ready, and APU bleed. So we will not need the APU bleed, and we are just going to turn that off, and we've got all faults. We don't need the APU anymore because engine 1 and engine 2 have been successfully started. So now the aircraft is taking electricity from the engines. The generators are on. As the engines are spooling, it's generating an electric current. Aircrafts have inverters and rectifiers, so they are able to transform DC into AC, direct current into alternate current, and alternate current into direct current in order to feed all the instrumentation and electronics on board the aircraft. We're going to set the flaps on 2 for this takeoff. Then we're going to be arming our speed brakes. But I have a little bit problem arming the speed brakes, but It's all right. I'm gonna place the altitude on the autopilot. Let's see, 14,000 should be good. And everything looks all right. So we're gonna press airport on the nav and press the zoom on 40. Place navigation on navigation 6, so we can see all the airports now. And we'll do the same thing for our first officer. Our first officer is going to have ARC and that's the airport, so you can see the airports as well, and magnification on 40. Alright guys, so we are almost ready for takeoff. Just arm the speed brake. See if I can do it this time. I'm not sure why the lights for the cockpit turned off, but anyways, we'll just turn on some lights. We don't need a lot. If I can find them, can't see so well. Anyway, let's see. Must be here. Just need the dome light for the captain side, or let's just go on the overhead panel and switch this light on. Okay, perfect. You can see now. You can see there's interior lighting here, and it actually works. It's operational, which is really cool. So the ceiling lighting on map, let's look at that. The console and the foot warmer, that's pretty cool. And for the first officer, let's do the same thing. Lighting, ceiling on, map on, and console bright lighting. And they probably want to use the foot warmer because it's cold. It's really cool they made these buttons operational. Anyway, so we'll close the dome lights now, the tree lighting, so we can see pretty well now. It's pretty good. We're gonna place the ignition start on normal again, and we have auto brakes on maximum. Our signs are on. We just need to arm the speed brake, but some reason it's not responding with the mouse. But anyways, you can still get takeoff configuration normal without arming the spoilers. If we need the spoiler, I'll just retract them manually on takeoff. So I press the takeoff configuration and test it normal, no problem. And if we need them, we'll just retract them ourselves, because for some reason I'm working, and I just don't want to waste time binding it to a button right now. Strange. But anyways, it should be working once I bind it later on. So guys, we're almost ready for takeoff, and our takeoff speed is going to be about 136 for VR and 133 knots for V1. So we're just going to turn off the ceiling light because it's pretty bright. We are going to turn, just ensure the cockpit door is locked. Does this work? Okay, this does work. It's really cool. So just keep it on normal. Okay, so it should be locked right now. Let's see if the video switch works. No, it doesn't. Okay, so parking brake is disengaged. And we are ready for takeoff. Place the camera in a good position, and we have already taken clearance for takeoff. Switch to 50% thrust, and once we cross the green line, we are going to increase our thrust to 70%, and we're going to be taking off with toga. Going across they did a really nice job with the sound package. It's pretty loud, actually. It's pretty realistic. Okay, 60% thrust, 70% thrust, 80% thrust, and toga. good 12 to 13 degrees. I'm going to maintain this angle. I'm going to keep toga on. And we have positive rate of climb. Gear up. Okay. Soon enough, we're going to decrease the flaps by 1 notch to flap 1. Alright, landing gear fully locked. Going to maintain our pitch and check the flaps to 1, flap 1. Second officer sits, and the lights on the cockpit turned off. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching this video. I hope you found it very useful, and if you did enjoy it, please subscribe to the channel to see the future. And if you have any questions, please leave them below so I can answer them. So thank you very much, guys, for watching, and I hope you find this tutorial very useful. Thank you.